Another edition of Tenacious J. So if you're in real estate and you feel like you're working harder than ever, but not seeing the results match, it's not a marketing problem. It is a strategy problem. Today, you're about to hear from someone who lives on both sides of the business. Phil Gerdes is not just a real estate agent. He's the founder of Shift Immersive Coaching, a team leader, associate broker, and a coach who's in the trenches and the stage. From leading the Gerdes team to coaching agents across the globe. Yes, 7 countries, ladies and gentlemen, through private sessions, group programs, and immersive retreats. Phil has built his reputation on one thing, and that's creating real shifts that show up in production. Phil, thank you so much for joining me today.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun one.
It is going to be fun. So guys, I saw Phil at a coaching. Well, he was coaching a bunch of realtors. And so of course I reached out to him because he spoke my language. And then I realized that, you know what, this might be more of a fun fit. Have come here and talk to our audience. So we'll get right into it. So guys, Phil coaches, like I said, agents across the world. And I think what we're going to find very, very quickly is that human behavior, that's not too different. We're all pretty much the same. And there are disconnects that agents have from what they know they should be doing and what they actually do. So what's the biggest disconnect, Phil, that you're seeing across the board?
What's the biggest? How about what are the top 900? There's so many. I think that a lot of agents right now, and this I get from coaching, but I also get it from being in the trenches, like you said. I think a lot of agents right now are leaning heavy on shiny new, super exciting, and they're missing the point when it comes to building a connection. So it's funny you said, what's the biggest disconnect? Because anytime we're working with a client, that client somewhere within their process and how they got to where they are, they're looking for someone that they can trust, that they know that can actually guide them. And that comes from creating a connection. So we're building all these AI tools, which nothing wrong with, like I'm a geek too, but we're building all these things and we're almost forgetting the human side of what real estate actually is. So I think what a lot of agents are missing right now is that, we think AI, we think tools, we think, well, that's really cool, but clients just want trust and they want security and they want connection and guidance. And they want to know that they can count on the person that they're counting on. So.
Right. I 100% agree. And when clients just want somebody they can trust, and all we get in the real estate industry is get online, get on social media, be present. What do you think agents, what is the focus? What is the incorrect focus that agents are putting so much attention to when marketing online?
Virality. I want to go viral. I want millions of views. And that's really cool. It's super exciting. Your pride feels really awesome when that happens, except go back to connection, because one person can buy one house at one time. And what we should be aiming for is not how do I go viral on social, but how do I create a connection that forces engagement subconsciously? And when I say that, what I mean is like every single day agents are doing things. Except what we find agents landing in is, I don't know how to tell the story, or I'm nervous, or I don't want to be on camera. And I tell people all the time, like, this is your best friend. Just take this and start recording what you did. I call it journal the journey. And journaling the journey is this concept of like, this is what I did today. This is how it went. And you're telling a story, but it's in your own words. It's not like, you didn't write it all out beforehand and make sure the lighting was perfect. It's just like, I'm in my car. I just left an appointment. And let me tell you about these incredible folks I just met. And on top of that, let me tell you about why they're moving, because their next chapter is going to be absolutely epic. And my goodness, what they're moving from, like everyone I know is going to fall in love with this. It's telling stories like that are human, that are emotional, that are connective. And when we do that on social media, what we find is that it's not about going viral, it's about connecting. And then you have the engagement, right? Because and I'll leave it on this, but every view in the world without a comment or a DM is just someone that saw a video. And that's really cool, but we don't get paid based off ratings. So we need to actually create engagement. So
I can appreciate that. And it almost sounds like you're saying, make your client the hero. You're not the hero in your story. This isn't all about going viral, like you said. It's putting your client first, because coming from contribution seems to be the way to build trust authentically. And that seems to be the way, because that sounds like it's calculated, right?
I have this this thing I talk about. It's called main character syndrome, and where most of us, like, we want to be the main character, where our job is literally built on service. And I mean, crazy. That's why they call it customer service. And in order to be of service, then your job ultimately is to be the best supporting cast member, not the main character, not the hero. Like you said, the client is the hero. So I want to just keep lifting them up. And then someone might say, well, then how do I get more clients that way? Well, there's two concepts attached to this. The first one is, the more you tell me about the people you're working with, the more I say, well, I'm like them. If he can work with them, or if she can work with them, then he or she can probably work with me. And then the second way you're getting more clients is just understanding that when you provide an unreasonable level of service, something that other people think is just absurd, that you would even operate at such a high level of service, then what ends up happening is your clients are talking about you. So it no longer becomes like, hey, can I have a referral? The fact of the matter is the clients begin to talk about you, and it creates a whole different world, because people want to know, like, how do they now get in touch with you, as opposed to, hey, can you please refer me 3 people you think are looking to buy or sell? Like, that ends up being crazy. So
what would you consider like an unreasonably like extra amount of customer service? Give me an example.
Here's an example we talk about quite a bit. I was in Rochester, New York, and I was doing an event, and we talked about this topic. And I said, well, most agents, they give a closing gift, and that's that's average. Like, that's not a big deal. Like, that is just what is expected. So, all right, we have the closing gift. Well, now let's take it to good. Good would be, you identify where, when the moving date is. So now you know when your client's moving in their house, and you send pizza for the moving crew in the middle of the day. That's good. That's different. It's small. It's a nice gesture. Now here's unreasonable. You take your 2 teenage sons, you actually have them pick up 2 of their friends, and then you drive 3 pies of pizza at 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. to the actual client's house and say, hey, listen, here's lunch for your family, for your friends, for your moving crew. And here's 4 boys that are now going to, or 4 gals that are now going to help you for the rest of the day. Have them do whatever. And then you pay the boys. Like, you make sure you pay them, and you let your client know, don't give them a tip, don't give them a penny. And you let the boys know, don't take a thing, because that becomes the thing they remembered. And then now here's where you just take it to the next level. The entire time, you also have a photographer, and that photographer is taking candid shots of the family during move-in day, capturing all the moments inside the moments. And now what we've actually created is a black and white photo album that ties to the actual memories that these folks had the day they decided to call this place home. And the stress of how are we going to do it in time and get the moving truck back, it diminishes, because now everyone's got a full belly and 4 extra sets of hands that are assisting them to get it done. It is simply about doing more, what other people don't think about.
Yes, creating an experience they didn't know they were looking for, anticipating needs they didn't know they needed. So let's say someone doesn't have the additional resources, or I don't want to say doesn't have the time, but I'm just thinking, how can we apply this to every single one of your clients, whether it's a $50,000 investment property or a $3 million house? How can you create that elevated experience consistently across your whole clientele?
Yeah. So we have, my coaching community has access to a document. It's called a Fun Favorites Fact Sheet. Fun Favorites Fact Sheet. And what it is as soon as you get a new client, you have them fill out this form, and it asks questions like, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite restaurant? What's your this? What's your that? Like, who's your favorite music artist, and things of that nature. So let's scale it. Like, that was at the end of the deal, but you realize you can do these things anytime. You can do this post-transaction. You can do it during a transaction. Like, you're driving down the road and you hear something on the radio or wherever that I don't know, Luke Combs is coming to insert city, right? And you know one of your clients, like, that is their favorite artist. So there's a couple ways to scale this. Number one, most of us reach out to our clients when we need something like, hey, I'm just checking in, are you thinking about buying or selling? That's crazy. Like, so basically every time my phone rings from your number, I should expect that you're going to ask me for something. Right. No one wants to answer those calls. So turn it around. Hey, I just heard Luke Combs is coming to Birmingham, Alabama, and I couldn't help but remember, like, that's one of your favorite artists, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I just want to let you know he's going to be here, here, here. And these are the dates and these are the times. And I just wanted to give you a heads up and let you know. And that can be it. And then you can also take it to another level and say, I got you 2 tickets and blah, blah, blah. But everyone doesn't have the funds for that, right? So it's just 2 ways to scale it. The point is, like, what do we ultimately want? When we're thinking about real estate and our clients, we want to be top of mind. So if we want to be top of mind, let's be top of mind for being great humans, not people always looking to sell them something. So it seems small, but when you scale this, people aren't doing it. Like, the masses simply aren't doing it. So you can quickly separate yourself by doing little things.
I agree. And it's what you said at the beginning. It's all connectivity, common sense. It really is common sense of just be grateful, just be a good host. It's kind of like being a good host or a good guest. And your coaching, when I came and listened to you, what I really picked up when you said a closing gift, like, oh, great, you're going to buy me something after I just got paid for selling your house. Yes, it is a very nice gesture. You're kind of closing the loop on that specific transaction. However, it is the thinking about them in the middle of the transaction. It's saying, oh, this would look so great in that little corner of your room. It's the little tiny things that are authentically, draw you to experience and build on that relationship, maybe.
Yeah. Like, think of it this way. Like, you have a family who the kids grew up in this house and this is real. Like, this isn't fairy tale. This is real. Like, a family, kids grow up in the house. They came home to that house. They lived their whole lives in that house. They went to college. The parents finally decide we need to downsize. This is just too much. We're going to move into a condo on the beach somewhere. That's great. Well, how about, instead of getting them a bottle of champagne for $30 or $50, how about, or even 100 or 200, like, that's cool. That goes away. Instead of giving them a pair of Cutco knives or anything like that, what if you actually had a watercolor painting done of that person's house? And now someone's going to say, well, Phil, that's really cool. I can do that on Etsy. You can do it on Etsy, and that would take average to good. The fact that you did it. Now let's make it unreasonable. Actually hire someone to sit in front of their house on a beautiful sunny day and watercolor paint the house, and have a videographer record highlights of that happening, and then send the recording, this highlight reel that you had the videographer edit about their beautiful home, and have the person painting, and then present them with that painting. And the conversation goes just like we just said. Hey, listen, I'm really happy that you guys are finally ready to make the next shift and jump to the next chapter of your lives. Here's the kicker. Like, I thought about everything I could do to kind of make this moment bigger, and there really isn't much. And I was going to get you a bottle of champagne, and I was going to get you a cutting board. And I just felt like that was so corny. But the thing that I remember, and I couldn't get it out of my head, was how every time I walked into this house, it never felt like that. It always felt like a home, even when you guys were transitioning out. So I just wanted to give you this. I had it professionally made, and here are some pictures and video of the person actually painting it. This is real. This is one of a kind, and it's yours, because I know this home was one of a kind for you. Yeah. Like, that's the talk track. That is a real conversation that we should be having with our people, instead of closed, great, just sold, let me go to the next one.
Right.
Wow. Like,
well, you're creating raving fans, and Phil, you're not like this. Hey, I made this custom thing. Smile. No, like, no, exactly. you do it because you care about them, and you don't, you're going to get in dividends the raving fans that you're creating, right?
Exactly.
So you work with high-level agents cross country, across the world. What mindset? I made it because it's impressive. What mindset or what theme is consistent amongst the high-level producers?
So 2. I think the first one is, no matter what you are seeing online, no one has it all together. No one has it all together. It's just the reality of the matter. No one has it all together. Everyone is facing stress. Everyone is frustrated sometimes. Everyone is super happy and things are perfect sometimes. Like everyone has seasons. And I think when we look at these folks and we're like, man, why does she just seem like everything is perfect? Well, here's the reason. They are great storytellers. And the stories that they're telling are the stories that matter, not the frustrations that they face on a daily basis, because they understand that that's part of being a founder. That's part of being a business owner. That's part of what entrepreneurship actually is. So understand that no one actually has it all together, but the stories you tell, well, those are choices you get to make. So choose wisely. And then the second thing is that the folks that have it, the folks that we look at and we're like, man, they're killing it. Systems matter. More than the sale, the systems matter. Like having the systems in place is absolutely vital. That's one of the things that we coach on, like the systems for every aspect of what you're doing in that entire deal. From how do I find the deal to how do I handle the deal 2, 3, 4, 5 years afterwards? Like there is a system for everything. Nothing is by chance.
So what I'm hearing you say is, number one, top producing agents, number one, they tell the stories, the correct stories. With not everything is perfect. However, they're in the way that you relay the story is of utmost, importance.
Yeah.
We're not going to throw the cynic in. I mean, every single time you're posting something.
Exactly.
And number two, systems and processes.
Yeah.
So I talked to a ton of new agents, just being a title rep. And there are some brokerages have really great systems and processes, or they have transaction coordinators that can help them. But when somebody is coming to you where maybe they are very entrepreneurial, they really, had some early success with their sphere of influence, and they want to elevate to a purposeful business, what kind of processes do you say this is what you need to start with first?
I don't. That's the key to it. Like, and I'm so non-curriculum based. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of great coaches in this world, and there are some that are they're incredible. They really are. One thing that I've noticed from having coaches of my own and seeing other coaches is that the coaches that I'm attracted to, the ones that I really connect with, they are non-curriculum based. If you come to me and you tell me, Phil, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, and then here's what I'm hoping for, and I tell you, great, I already have a full plan for the next 90 days outlined, but I never ask you a single question, then yeah, I do have a plan. It's just not for you. It's a plan that I made for someone else, and it is cookie cutter, and it might help you, but it won't serve you. That's what coaching should be. It should be like, how many questions can I ask to really get to the root and the cause of what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, where you want to go. And let's build a process and a system that serves and solves for that. And here's the thing, like there will be things that blend from, well, he's doing this with one person or the other. Like there's foundational aspects, but the system should be yours. It should be bespoke. In fact, I have an outline, and it's coaching so bespoke, so over the top, so personally connected to each member of our community that it can only be described as unreasonable. Because when people realize that, man, you coach with Phil and you actually have access to him, like you get this phone number, the same number his kids and his wife call him on. Yeah, that's a real thing, and it's doable for anyone. It just happens to be how I choose to coach. I want to be real. And I want you to be real, and I want us to connect, and I don't want to pretend any of it. Our 3 core values I'll leave you with is authentic, empathetic, and vulnerable. If I can't be my true self, and I can't respect you enough to have empathy, and if I can't open up and be vulnerable and know that you can do the same, then we probably don't vibe together. So instead of me collecting money for coaching you, why don't I help you find a coach that you'll be able to do those things with? So,
yeah, I can respect that and appreciate it, because it takes time. And I would assume, I mean, you may not have a regimen, but you are going to hold the people you're coaching accountable. Yeah. What does that look like? What does that look like as far as your coaching?
Yeah. So what does it look like? Like, I can't punish you, right? We're adults. So, but what I can do is like, well, the thing about it is like when we're talking and there's homework, right? Like we build
Right.
a plan. It's the what's next. I think that a lot of people miss the what's next. So just identifying what the what's next is. Oftentimes we want like that macro goal, never realizing like no one climbs a flight of steps in one step. Like you take 1, 2, maybe 3 steps at a time if you're excited and you're running up the stairs. But you don't do 12, 15, 20 steps at a time. So what are those micro steps that we take? And then when we identify them, one of the things that, and anyone can do this at home, instead of saying what you want to do, identify what you want to do, how you will do it, and why you will do it. The what, how, and the why. It's the framework that works. So now when you tell me this is what I want to do, we've built that out. Here's how we're going to do it. We've built that out. Here's why it works and why you're going to do it. We've built that out. And then I see you next week and you tell me you've done nothing. Well, then the first thing I want to know is like, how serious are you? Like, what was the point? Why did we do that? And I don't need to sugarcoat this. Like, the reality is I want to know, like, why did we spend an hour building something out that you never even touched? What was the actual point? And I want to dig and dig and dig and find out what happened in the last 7 days that prevented you from activating the magic that we created together. Because me complaining to you that you didn't do it is not going to get you to do it. Us solving for why you didn't do it is going to prevent us from making the same mistake again. So I think accountability is I think it's BS. Because I think in the end, what ends up happening is people are too soft on the people that gave their word. And I'm not, because I think that we are all hyper valuable. And when we take from someone their time, their energy, their strength, we should honor that take by doing the things we said we were going to do in the first place. So,
right. So in essence, you're creating the who they want to become by the, and it pretty quickly, you'll find out who they want to become by the excuses that are made. Some are legit, some are just held back. And I can imagine you do a ton of therapy, getting to the root of why people don't make the phone calls, don't do the things that they need to do to be who they want to be.
Absolutely. It does sometimes feel like a therapy session. Yeah.
I'm sure the first few do. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that a lot of agents think that they have a system because they know how to do something. We scale our systems one way. If my 14-year-old daughter cannot pick it up and do it, it's too complicated. And now she's very smart. So there can be a level of complication, but here's what she's not. She's not in real estate. So because she's not in real estate, the system should clearly articulate the pathway to create success. And it should live in the old school and the new school. And what I mean when I say that is the old school, every system should have a checklist, and it just should. Now, whether that checklist is on paper, printed, or it's digital, whatever, however you keep it, whether it's built into your CRM as automations, fine. But then every system should have a Loom video attached to it. Like there should be an actual video that I can watching you go through and do the thing you're training me to do. Now, why does this work? Well, it works because now I just have to create the system once and I never have to do it again. And that's it. So for me, it frees time. For you, it gives clarity. And now if you have a question, it's not a question that you're asking because you've done nothing. It's a question you're asking because there was something in there you just didn't understand. And that is okay. Yeah.
Right.
So
I think that's, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, so scaling too fast for me starts by the person that doesn't get their systems in order before they start increasing agent count and everything else that goes with it.
I respect that. I definitely follow you with that. So you started in real estate just as a solo agent and like nailed it, killed it. And tell us what was your end result when you started? How old were you when you started selling?
I don't know. I guess 34-ish, somewhere around there, 34, 35. Yeah.
34, 35. And then tell me about your production in your first 3 years.
Yeah. First year, 38 homes I sold. Second year went to 64 and third year went to 132. And then after that, I started a team. In Maryland, you can't start a team until you're a solo agent or an agent on a team for 3 years. So, so that was my first 3 years.
Incredible.
And it's funny you ask this question right off the back of systems, because it's just that I just immediately put systems together. When I decided to do this, I told my wife, like, I will never be a realtor That is not my path. It's not going to happen. I said, I will be a business owner in real estate. That is how I will operate. And I started my first company when I was 17 years old. I know how to do business. I know how to fail really hard, and I know how to win really hard. So I just had to take the skills that I already had and turn them into a skill that lived in the world of real estate. So yeah, that was it.
So what do you think that you had? And this is just off the cuff.
Yeah.
Not everybody can scale like that. Okay. And even systems, processes, there's only one, Phil Gerdes. Okay. Unless you're a junior, but only one you. What do you think that you have, or what did you learn at a very early age that made you want to be as disciplined, as systemized, as connective with people? How did you get to who you are today?
Yeah. That's a awesome question, because as soon as you asked it, I knew the answer straight away. Very early on, I realized two things. The first thing was I am deeply in love with psychology. Deeply in love with psychology. I love to know why people do what they do, how they do what they do. Like an engineer wants to take something apart and put it back together. I want to take the human mind apart and put it back together. I love systems, processes, frameworks, pathways, but all tied to human psychology and physiology. So I love that. That's first. So that allows me to start diving deeper into understanding people. But what has given me the bandwidth to run the way I do, I figured out, like early teens, someone has to kill the bug. And this has been something for 30 plus years that I have just lived by. Somebody has to kill the bug. And what do I mean? I mean, think about it. When you're like 5, 6, 7 years old and there's a bug, an actual bug, you call mom or dad and they kill the bug. There comes a point where when there is a bug, you are the one that needs to kill it.
Just got to do it. Yeah. You
just got to do it. Well, I realized very early on, like I can't keep looking around like, yo, who's going to kill this bug? Wait, it's me. Like I have to do this. If I want to create this thing, I have to go create this thing. I got to stop waiting for someone to come in and save me, as opposed to just getting out there and creating the thing that I keep talking about in the back of my mind or in closed door rooms. Like I have to get out there and be the person that kills the bug. And the thing that I found is that by doing that, I just love it. Like I absolutely love solving. I'm always looking for, like, what am I solving for? And once I figure out what I'm solving for, then everything else becomes fun. It really does. Yeah. I tell people all the time, like the best part about a problem is knowing you have a problem.
Right. Because admitting it.
Yeah. Like it sucks knowing something is wrong, but you don't know what the problem is. It's great knowing what the problem is, because now you have something to solve for. So.
And by asking questions, you find out what the issue is, and then you figure out a fix. Yeah. So, being a bug killer, you have to have confidence, because that confidence, there's so many people that would rather everybody else do it for you. I feel like I'm a bug killer too. Like I just, you want something done, you're going to do it. And you're going to surround yourself with people that uplift your weaknesses or things that you don't like doing, but can do. Yeah. Who do you surround yourself with? I mean, you have this coaching program. I mean, you are the face of, Shift Immersive Coaching. Who do you surround yourself with?
Coaches. I surround myself with, I think there's probably 3 types of, or segments of people. Actually 4. I'll give you the 4 segments of people that I surround myself with the most. Number 1 is the people that I coach and I serve. I surround myself with them. Number 2, it's family. This is in no particular order, by the way. Number 2 is family. They are the ones that I do everything that I'm doing for. Number 3 is actually people that are like me. So like-minded, people that I can have a conversation with and they get it. And I find that founders are really the ones that this fits for, because I even think like a founder's mindset is even different a lot of times than a CEO's mindset. They're very similar, but they're different. And then the 4th is coaches, like my own mentors and coaches, and those folks that I have to spend money to get into a room with sometimes, or be in their programs or have access to them. It is so darn worth it, right? Just like to be able to go to someone that has had my problem and can tell me, well, this is what happened. This is how I did it. Now let's build that for you. That's a that's a win every day of the week. And I find that those people they want you to win. They genuinely do.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then they have somebody coaching them and it all trickles down. So
exactly.
So how do people become part of your coaching program? Where would they go?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people find me on social, and my primary social media is Instagram. So if you go to @Phil Gerdes on Instagram, you can DM me, and yes, the answer is yes. It is me you're talking to. I get that so often. Like, you talk to everyone. Yeah, it's really me. And then you can also check out, we have an event happening in July. It's our annual event. It's called Shift 2026. So you can go to shiftevent2026.com. Okay. So shiftevent2026.com, and you can see. And then, like, the speaker lineup's incredible. We've got Phil Gerdes, who wrote the book Exactly What to Say, and he is incredible with knowing, you probably guessed it, exactly what to say. We have Owen Fitzpatrick, who is the science behind the everything we know about neurolinguistic programming. This guy has written books about, like, I believe he's got 8 books with the creator of NLP. He is a machine. It's incredible. And he's so understated. Jen Dillard, who is all about operations and understands the operational side of running any business in ways that I think few people understand. And then we have Kat Torre, who is a brand and marketing absolute specialist, like someone who just triggers in how to create a brand that works for you and moves people without touching them. That'll be Kat Torre. And then yours truly, who will be there, and I'll handle it's funny, you said the common sense. So I'll handle the pragmatic approach to doing the things that we're doing every day and turning over the leaves that we want to turn over. So this is going to be a killer event. It's on the 17th of July. VIP is sold out already. Premium is sold out already. General admission is still available, but it's going to be a killer event. Yeah. So
Phil, where's Shift 2026 taking place?
It's in Annapolis. Yeah, it's in Annapolis, Maryland. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, I certainly appreciate it. I could keep going, but I'm looking at the clock, so I can keep talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, Phil.
For sure. Thanks. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you.
It has been. All right, guys. Thanks. This has been another edition of Tenacious J.